An avalanche is one of nature's most powerful and deadly forces, capable of moving millions of tons of snow, ice, and debris in mere moments. This phenomenon occurs in mountainous regions and can be triggered by natural causes or human activities. Avalanches have fascinated and terrified people for centuries due to their suddenness and the devastation they bring. This story will explore the science behind avalanches, the different types, survival strategies, and their impact on both human lives and the environment. An avalanche begins with the accumulation of snow, which acts as a ticking time bomb in mountainous regions. As winter progresses, snow piles up layer upon layer, and not all layers are created equal. Some layers are weak and fragile, often composed of small, unstable crystals. These layers may rest beneath stronger, heavier snow, creating a precarious situation. Avalanches occur when the balance of weight and structure is disrupted, and gravity takes over, dragging the snow down the slope at high speeds. One of the critical factors in avalanche formation is the slope angle. Avalanches are most likely to occur on slopes between 30 and 45 degrees, where the balance between gravitational pull and snow stability is the most fragile. Other factors include weather conditions, snowpack stability, and temperature fluctuations. A warm day following a snowstorm, for example, can cause the snow to melt slightly, reducing its stability and making it more likely to slide. Understanding these conditions is crucial for predicting avalanches, though even experts sometimes struggle to forecast them accurately due to the complex interplay of variables. There are several different types of avalanches, each with its own unique characteristics and dangers. The most common type is the slab avalanche, which occurs when a cohesive slab of snow breaks away from the underlying layers and slides down the slope. These avalanches are often triggered by skiers, snowmobilers, or other human activities and can travel at speeds exceeding 80 miles per hour, 130 kilometers per hour, making them almost impossible to outrun. Loose snow avalanches, also known as point-release avalanches, begin at a single point and fan out as they move downhill. These avalanches are usually smaller than slab avalanches but can still be deadly, particularly if they carry debris or funnel into narrow gullies. Finally, wet avalanches occur when the snow becomes saturated with water, usually in the spring or after rain. Wet avalanches move more slowly but are incredibly heavy and destructive, capable of wiping out buildings and infrastructure in their path. Each type poses unique challenges to both rescuers and those caught in the avalanche's path. Surviving an avalanche requires knowledge, preparation, and quick thinking. The first rule is to avoid triggering one in the first place. Avalanche safety courses teach skiers and mountaineers to recognize unstable snowpacks and dangerous terrain. Using tools like avalanche transceivers, shovels, and probes is essential for both self-rescue and finding others. If you are caught in an avalanche, the first moments are critical. Try to ski or swim diagonally out of the path of the avalanche to avoid being swept into the thickest part. Once you're caught, use your hands to create space around your face so you can breathe. As the snow settles, it compresses and becomes dense, making it difficult to move or breathe. Staying calm and conserving oxygen is crucial, as rescue efforts may take time. Avalanches can bury victims under meters of snow, and survival often depends on the speed and efficiency of rescuers. The impact of avalanches goes far beyond the immediate destruction of life and property. In mountainous regions where avalanches are common, entire communities live under the constant threat of these disasters. In the past, entire villages have been wiped out, such as the 1618 Pleurs avalanche in Switzerland, which killed over 1,000 people. While modern warning systems and infrastructure have reduced the risk, the economic impact of avalanches remains significant. In regions dependent on tourism, such as ski resorts, avalanches can shut down operations for days or even weeks. This loss of revenue can cripple local economies. Moreover, the environmental impact of avalanches is profound. The force of an avalanche can strip entire mountainsides of trees and vegetation, leading to long-term ecological damage. The snow and debris carried down the mountain can also block rivers and cause flooding. Despite their destructive nature, avalanches play a role in the natural ecosystem by clearing old growth and allowing new plant life to thrive in some areas. Avalanches remain a fascinating yet terrifying natural phenomenon, showcasing the raw power of nature. Despite advances in science, predicting and preventing avalanches remains an imperfect process. Education, awareness, and preparation are the best defenses against these forces of nature. For those who live, work, or play in avalanche-prone areas, understanding the risks and taking proper precautions is crucial to surviving in harmony with these dynamic and dangerous environments. Avalanches are among the most lethal natural disasters in mountainous regions, and understanding their complexities can help in reducing their devastating impact. In this next exploration, we will delve deeper into the causes, historical tragedies, cutting-edge technologies to forecast avalanches, rescue operations, and the fascinating role of avalanches in the natural world. The more we learn about these events, the better we can protect both human life and nature. The causes of avalanches are rooted in the complex interplay of weather, geography, and human activities. One of the primary triggers of avalanches is snow instability, which can occur due to sudden changes in temperature, wind patterns, or precipitation. For instance, strong winds can deposit large amounts of snow on one side of a mountain while scouring it from another. This creates an uneven distribution of snow, with heavier, more unstable deposits on windward slopes that are more likely to collapse. Rapid snow accumulation during heavy snowstorms can also load weak snow layers to the point of failure, causing an avalanche to occur naturally. Another crucial factor is temperature fluctuations, especially freeze-thaw cycles that can weaken the snowpack. When the surface of the snow melts during the day and refreezes at night, it creates ice crusts that may act as slippery surfaces beneath new layers of snow. Additionally, human activities like skiing, snowmobiling, or even construction work in alpine regions can disturb fragile snowpacks, triggering avalanches. Climate change may also be contributing to more frequent avalanches in some areas, as rising global temperatures alter traditional weather patterns, leading to unpredictable snowfalls and destabilized snow structures. Avalanche tragedies have left their mark on history, particularly in communities that depend on the mountains for their livelihood. One of the most infamous incidents occurred in 1916 during World War I, in the Tyrolean Alps. Known as the White Friday Avalanche, it killed an estimated 10,000 soldiers on both the Italian and Austrian sides of the front. Intense snowstorms and artillery fire reportedly triggered the avalanches, turning the already brutal war zone into a frozen death trap. The White Friday disaster remains one of the deadliest avalanche events in recorded history. Another notable avalanche event was the 1970 Huascarán avalanche in Peru, triggered by a massive earthquake. The avalanche buried the towns of Yungay and Ranrajerca, killing over 20,000 people. The avalanche, made up of ice, snow, and rock, traveled at tremendous speeds, sweeping away everything in its path. Despite the tragedy, the Huascarán disaster led to greater awareness of the risks posed by avalanches in South American mountain ranges, particularly near active fault lines. These and other historical avalanches have shaped modern disaster management and motivated communities to invest in better forecasting and rescue strategies. Modern technology has significantly improved our ability to forecast avalanches and prevent loss of life. One of the most critical tools in predicting avalanches is the avalanche danger scale, which ranges from 1, low, to 5, extreme. This scale is based on weather conditions, snowpack stability, and recent avalanche activity. Local authorities issue avalanche warnings based on this scale, advising people to avoid certain slopes or take additional precautions. In addition to these warnings, remote sensing technologies like radar and satellite imagery are now used to monitor snow accumulation and movement in real time. One of the most exciting advancements in avalanche forecasting is the use of artificial intelligence, AI. AI systems can analyze vast amounts of weather and snowpack data, learning patterns and making predictions with greater accuracy than traditional methods. This allows ski resorts, mountain communities, and mountaineers to better anticipate when and where avalanches might occur. Additionally, avalanche control measures, such as controlled explosions to release small, manageable avalanches before they can grow into larger, more dangerous ones, have proven highly effective. These proactive measures save lives, protect infrastructure, and help maintain a balance between the enjoyment of mountain sports and safety. When an avalanche strikes, time becomes the most critical factor in determining the survival of those caught in its path. Rescue operations often hinge on the first few minutes after the snow stops moving. Victims buried under snow can quickly run out of oxygen, and their body heat may cause the surrounding snow to harden into a near-solid state, making movement and breathing difficult. Rescue teams equipped with avalanche transceivers, probes, and dogs can quickly locate and dig out victims, but every second counts. In most cases, survivors are found within the first 15 minutes. After that, the chances of survival diminish rapidly. One of the most incredible developments in avalanche rescue is the RECCO rescue system, which allows search teams to detect small reflectors embedded in clothing or gear. Unlike transceivers, which require both the rescuer and the victim to be equipped, RECCO systems only need the rescuers to have the detection device. Avalanche airbags have also become popular among backcountry adventurers. These airbags are worn like a backpack and can be deployed in an avalanche to help the wearer stay on top of the moving snow, reducing the likelihood of being buried. Despite their often terrifying nature, avalanches also play an important role in ecosystem dynamics. In mountainous regions, avalanches act as natural disturbances that reset ecological succession. The powerful movement of snow and debris clears large swaths of vegetation, allowing new plant life to take root. In fact, some plant and animal species have evolved to thrive in the unique environments created by avalanches. For example, avalanche chutes, the paths cleared by repeated avalanches, often become home to rare and specialized plants that rely on the open, sunlit slopes to grow. These chutes also serve as important corridors for animals like deer, elk, and mountain goats, which use the cleared paths to move between feeding areas. In addition to their ecological role, avalanches are also a reminder of the dynamic balance that exists between human development and the natural world. As more people venture into the backcountry for recreation, the risk of human-triggered avalanches increases. This calls for a careful balance between enjoying the beauty and adventure of mountainous regions while respecting the inherent dangers. Avalanches are a testament to the raw power of nature, serving as both a destructive force and a vital part of mountain ecosystems. Avalanches, while dangerous, continue to be a source of fascination and study due to their complex nature. In this deeper exploration, we will look at the psychological impacts of avalanches on survivors and communities, the role of climate change in altering avalanche behavior, how avalanches are depicted in culture and media, the economic consequences they have on industries like tourism and infrastructure, and the importance of global collaboration in avalanche research and mitigation. These 5 areas highlight not only the scientific and environmental dimensions of avalanches but also their profound effect on society and the human psyche. Avalanche survivors often face a long road of recovery, not only physically but also mentally. The psychological impacts of avalanches can be devastating, leaving survivors grappling with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, anxiety, and survivor's guilt. Many people caught in avalanches describe the experience as overwhelming and disorienting. The speed and noise of the cascading snow create a terrifying sense of helplessness, and the sudden burial can induce panic. For those lucky enough to escape, the memory of the event often haunts them long after. Survivors may relive the trauma in nightmares, or struggle with feelings of guilt if others were less fortunate. Entire communities affected by avalanches often share in this psychological burden. Villages and towns in avalanche-prone areas live in constant fear of the next disaster, especially if they've experienced a major event in the past. This fear can stifle the community's development, limiting construction, infrastructure growth, and tourism. However, these same communities often display remarkable resilience. People living in high-risk zones have developed a strong connection to the mountains, embracing their beauty and danger. Survivors often join rescue efforts or become advocates for avalanche education, turning their traumatic experiences into a source of empowerment and community solidarity. One of the most significant modern concerns regarding avalanches is the role of climate change in altering avalanche behavior. As global temperatures rise, the stability of snowpacks around the world is being affected in unpredictable ways. Warmer winters mean more frequent freeze-thaw cycles, which weaken snow layers and make them more prone to sliding. At the same time, extreme weather events like heavy snowfalls, which are becoming more common, can overload snowpacks and increase the likelihood of massive avalanches. In the Alps and other mountain ranges, researchers have observed that avalanches are occurring earlier in the season and in places that traditionally haven't experienced them. Glacial retreat is also contributing to new avalanche paths as ice melts and changes the landscape, creating new slopes where avalanches can form. For mountain communities and tourists, this presents a new level of risk. Formerly stable routes and ski areas may now be in danger zones. Addressing these changes requires an international effort to adapt avalanche forecasting models to take into account shifting weather patterns, as well as implementing more robust avalanche defenses like barriers and controlled detonations. Avalanches have long been depicted in culture and media, often as metaphors for uncontrollable forces or as thrilling elements in stories of survival. From classic literature to modern films, avalanches are portrayed as both awe-inspiring and terrifying. In many instances, they symbolize nature's dominance over humanity, showing how small and powerless humans can be in the face of natural disasters. One well-known depiction is in the movie Force Majeure, 2014, where an avalanche becomes a central metaphor for family dynamics and personal responsibility, showing how a split-second decision during a disaster can reveal deeper truths about human relationships. Beyond metaphor, avalanches also play a role in adventure films and survival narratives, where they add tension and drama. Movies like The Day After Tomorrow, 2004, and Vertical Limit, 2000, feature avalanches as pivotal moments of chaos, emphasizing the destructive power of snow. These depictions often heighten the drama for cinematic effect, portraying avalanches as unstoppable walls of snow barreling down toward helpless protagonists. While these representations can be exaggerated, they also raise awareness of the dangers of avalanches, especially for audiences unfamiliar with their real-life risks. The economic impact of avalanches on industries like tourism and infrastructure can be significant, especially in regions that depend heavily on winter sports or mountain-related activities. Ski resorts, for instance, are highly vulnerable to avalanche risks. A single large avalanche can shut down ski lifts, close trails, and deter tourists for days or even weeks. When avalanches hit in the middle of the tourist season, the financial losses can be devastating, with revenue drops not only for the resorts but also for hotels, restaurants, and local businesses that rely on visitors. Avalanches also damage roads, power lines, and buildings, adding to the economic toll. In response to these risks, many regions have invested heavily in avalanche mitigation strategies. For example, the use of controlled explosions to trigger small avalanches before they can grow into larger ones is common practice in ski resorts around the world. Additionally, protective structures like snow barriers and avalanche dams are built to divert snow away from populated areas or critical infrastructure. While these solutions are expensive, they are necessary to keep tourism industries thriving and to protect communities from economic devastation. Global collaboration in avalanche research and mitigation is essential to improving safety and reducing the impact of these natural disasters. Avalanche forecasting has benefited greatly from the international exchange of data, research, and technology. For instance, the European Avalanche Warning Services, EAWS, brings together experts from across Europe to share avalanche forecasts and develop unified standards for safety protocols. Similarly, in North America, the U.S. Forest Service National Avalanche Center and Canadian Avalanche Association work closely to monitor conditions and educate the public about avalanche risks. Collaboration between scientists, governments, and local communities is also crucial in developing long-term strategies to adapt to climate change and the evolving threat of avalanches. Projects like the Global Snow Monitoring for Climate Research, GlobSnow, program use satellite data to track snow cover and predict how snowpack changes may affect avalanche activity. This global approach to research helps improve local safety measures by providing more accurate predictions and giving mountain communities the tools they need to mitigate risks. In conclusion, avalanches are far more than just natural disasters. They are complex events shaped by weather, human activities, and the environment. Their effects ripple through communities, economies, and ecosystems, highlighting the need for careful study and preparedness. While avalanches can never be fully controlled, continued advancements in forecasting, technology, and global collaboration will help reduce their impact, offering hope for safer coexistence with the mountains.